Welcome to the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose with Brittany Bigley. The Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose is part of the Live Bigley community, giving you the resources and knowledge to help you live the life you were born to lead. Hello, I am Brittany Bigley, and this is the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose. And today I want to jump on and talk to you about anxiety and how anxiety can actually be an indicating factor that maybe you're not living in alignment with your true authentic self. So, how did I come to this conclusion? Well, I've been doing a lot of work over probably the last decade of really getting in tune and in touch with my body, felt sensation, the somatics of my nervous system, going deep in tune, getting in contact with my body, listening to my body. And in this process, I've realized that when I become anxious, and again, all emotions are indicators. I don't think that it's necessarily, inherently bad. I don't think anxiety is inherently bad. I don't think anger is inherently bad. I don't think sadness is inherently bad. But all of these feelings are just indicators when you start to tune in to your body that something's going on. And the more that you understand where it is you're feeling these emotions, how you express them, what it's like to be behaviorally in these emotions, you can start to tune in and see what is the underlying cause or what is the underlying reason for example, this anxiety. And so this came up today because I was talking to a family member who was talking about anxiety, and it's a trait that I think has run in our family on both sides of our extended family. But I know that this is just a growing issue. A lot of people are experiencing anxiety, and I kind of want to talk about it because I think they don't see it as an indicator. They see it as something bad and something they need to get rid of and something that's really fucking up their life. And I think if we start to change our perception that, anxiety is an indicator, something is going on. So let me give an example. I recently have been dealing with my dog, and he has a paw that just will not heal. And I've taken him to multiple doctors now to try and figure out what's happening. One of the doctors that I went to, after getting a second opinion, he was suggesting surgery for my dog. And at first, kind of being being in a state of very high emotional, what do I do? I'm kind of at my wit's end with this problem. What do I do? In a little bit of haste, I made the decision to have my dog go into surgery, and they had an appointment right away. And of course, I'm having to make this decision on the fly and being like, yes, okay, I agree to the surgery. My dog stays overnight at the vet place, and I slept on it. But I remember initially walking out of that vet appointment, and just something was uneasy. Something was uneasy in my system that I was just I don't know if I made the right decision. And I was like, okay, well, I feel like I can sleep on it. My dog is staying overnight. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. I'm going to take this time to really, reflect, think on this. But something was just not sitting right with me. And so the more that I reflected on this, the more that I slept on it, and I had a good night's sleep, and I woke up and I again reflected on this, I just realized that I made the wrong decision in the moment. And even though I was like, man, I feel like an idiot going back into that vet office and be like, no, please, I made the wrong decision. Please don't have him go into surgery. I think that this wound on his paw is going to be able to fix itself if I just allow him and his body to heal it naturally and just prevent him from licking it. But there was this anxiousness inside of me, this entire process of not listening to myself and my body because I knew what the right call was. And that paw is still in the process of healing itself. I feel like I made the right decision. I felt this relief after I went back into the vet office and kind of was very humble and like, I'm so sorry that I am coming back here, but I feel like I made the wrong decision and I don't want him to have the surgery. And thankfully the doctor was very understanding and we got on the same page. But afterwards there was this relief of like, I just intrinsically knew that I made the right decision because I listened to myself and I listened to my body. Now, if you are constantly in a state where you are unable to get in tune with your authentic self, your higher self, and you're operating from a place of fear or scarcity or lack, and you're not actually attuned to your true authentic self, you're going to be in a constant state of anxiety. That is just your body's way of telling you that you are not in alignment with your authentic self. And so it's going to show up as generalized anxiety. I had generalized anxiety. The more I started to work on the somatics, and this is the type of coaching that I offer, is working and getting in touch with the somatics of your body and reprocessing some of the nervous system regulation that you have. The more that I've done that, the less generalized anxiety I've had. The more I've been able to be in a connected, present, creative state because I didn't have this generalized anxiety that was just kind of clouding my view. So I want to jump on and talk about anxiety and how it is an indicator that you are not living in alignment with your authentic self. And so next time you're feeling anxious, don't shoulda, coulda, woulda, don't should on yourself. Don't get condescending with yourself. Just check in, tune into what your body's trying to tell you when you're starting to feel anxious, because it's really just an indicator that something isn't in alignment. So, okay. Happy healing, happy tuning into your body and checking in with yourself. Happy trying to reprocess and repurpose and rewire this anxiety out of your system. And as always, if you want more information, please go ahead and contact me. And otherwise, I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for listening to the Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose with Brittany Bigley. The Unstuck Yourself Daily Dose is part of the Bigley community, giving you the tools and resources so that you can live the life you were born to lead.